Hey YouTube, Cape Calcutta. It's my 2003 Ford Explorer Sport XLS V6 4.0 liter 5-speed. It's the last year of the two-door model. I believe it's the last year of the standard transmission in the Ford Explorer. It also has a straight axle, live axle, instead of an independent rear end. Has the same motor, V6 4.0, as the Ford Mustang with 210 horsepower. And my rear end has 373s from the factory. It's quick and it's fun to drive. Pretty sporty. They're pretty rare. When you go to the auto parts store, they tell you it's 1% of the Ford Explorers. The 5-speed. When I got the clutch, they had to order it. Wasn't a stocking item. I recently replaced my rear tailgate because the handle under here, you see the line right here, a trailer popped off the ball. It wasn't locked on and it popped up and it ripped all this plastic stuff right off. Came back down. But so I bought this rear hatch out of a junkyard. Most places wanted $400 for it. I found it in a U-Pull-It yard for $80. 2003 has the wiper and the glass. The 1-year only trunk rear tailgate. The other ones have it mounted right here. And so you have a rear wiper, a rear sprayer also. That's all hooked up. I changed my lock from the other one onto this. My rims, I got those off of Craigslist, the 2007 limited edition Iron Man rims that came on a 2007 Ford Explorer. My headlights and taillights, I took those off and sprayed those with that spray-on tint a while ago. It was like $12 a can. You get that at the auto parts store. I've had this vehicle about 4 years now. I put a Sport Track. I go to junkyards all the time, so I put a Sport Track rubber floor mat in there. I pulled out the tan carpet that was in there. It was really stained and dirty, and I like the rubber floor mat, so I put the rubber floor mat in there. I got that at a U-Pull-It yard, and I think I only paid like $25 for it at a U-Pull-It yard out of a Ford Explorer Sport Track. My seats on the 2003 model, you have a little headrest, kind of like the back seats. You can see my back seat pattern is checkered with a little headrest. Well, my seats on my 2003, this lever to make the seat pop forward is cable driven in the 2003. Well, the cables had snapped on both sides, so nobody could get in the back. This would be like this. Then when you slide the seat all the way forward, That's how much room they had to get. People would have to get into the back. So I went to Ford. I went to the junkyards and I couldn't find the cable in the junkyard. So I went to Ford and they wanted $80 per side for the cables. I needed both sides. And for some reason they come in colors. And they didn't have a set in tan. They only told me they had one cable available in the United States for $80. So I went to the junkyard. These came out of a 2002, I believe. And they cost me probably $25 a piece, I think. There was a core charge for my old seats, which I never brought back. Got this cool little carry bag. All the armrests on these Ford Explorers break off. As soon as you put your arm on there, just the weight of your arm breaks them. So I don't have the armrest. I just put a clutch in here, so this shifter assembly is taken apart to take the transmission out to put the clutch in. There's a shifter boot that goes around here, a rubber shifter boot, and this plate goes underneath this cup holder. I took this cup holder out of a Ford Ranger, out of a junkyard. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I'm sure it was like $5. Let's see. My radio wasn't working when I got it. When I got the truck, it came with the aftermarket. No, I had an aftermarket radio, but it came with a factory radio and it wasn't working. I got this radio out of the junkyard. I paid a little too much for it. I think I paid it $75 or something for it out of the junkyard. And I didn't realize they get a 6-disc CD changer with in-dash 6-disc CD changer. And I seen it at the junkyard. I would have paid $75 for that, and but I didn't realize it when I got it. Something that somebody else has a Ford Explorer can look into. 2003 models. These little side windows open like this. The 2001s and 2s. The glass pops open right here. This opens up like a little fly window. There's factory tinted windows. I don't remember what kind of antenna my truck came with, but I put this kind of rubber, this one with a piece of rubber on it. I got that out of the junkyard for free. Just going around. This is a rare model, and I figured I'd make another video of it. It's been 4 years. I use the truck to go to junkyards and pick up automotive parts, including motors. And so my truck is a little beat up. I maintain it all the time, but I do try to keep her clean somewhat. See the stains that I have on my seats from motors and transmissions being in the back of this truck, and axles and all kinds of stuff. I recently picked up this spare tire, a full-size spare tire. I didn't have one with my truck for a while. My truck came with 16-inch rims. You cannot put 15s on this truck. I have 4-wheel disc brakes on this truck. I recently picked up this full-size spare. I had 16-inch rims and tires on here, painted black. And when I sold my rims and tires, when I got the 18s, I sold the 16-inch spare. So this again is a 16-inch spare, but it has a nice, tall sidewall tire on it. I took my back carpet out. I've replaced it a few times. They're really cheap at the junkyards, the utility yards. I was looking for a black one to match my rubber flooring. I was thinking about cutting a special piece of rubber to put in here they have these little cargo straps in here to hold stuff down. There's also a privacy screen that goes right here, but when I got the truck, this piece was broken out. It goes into here. I don't really see it that often in the junkyards. My headlight is starting to sag a little. I've seen those in the junkyards. I could probably get that really cheap, under $20. Has a rear window, rear door lock, power door lock in the back. I really like that a lot. The back window opens. You throw stuff in. You can open the whole hatch. Case of 134A. Just chilling in the back of my truck. Got a brand new belt. I haven't put it on yet. I think I paid like $35 for that belt. New upper control arms. I got these a while ago. I don't really need them yet. I just replaced the blower wheel on my truck. I think that was $13 at Advanced Auto, and I replaced the brakes in the truck. Done a lot of recent upgrades to the truck, or repairs to the truck. This is a daily driver, so it's not too clean. I mean, it's clean, but it still gets sand on the floor and stuff like that. I just popped the hood. Four 210 horsepower V6. Let's see. I've changed the throttle body position sensor on it. I changed the thermostat on mine. I guess I have a problem with the thermostat on there. I got it from Ford. I was getting prices of $300 and something for that in the auto parts stores. A lot of auto parts stores didn't even carry it. I went to Ford and they charged me like $80 for it. So if you need that, go to Ford. I had a problem with my coil. One of the coils wasn't working or something like that. I had a miss. I got that coil for $5.20 out of a junkyard, out of a U-Pullet yard. I just changed the orifice tube. It cost me like $2. It's down here. It's a 1/2-inch line. You replace it. They got a spring clip that you push on it. I had to evacuate the system first. Then I pulled the orifice tube out. Put a little oil on the orifice tube, some PEG oil, AC oil, and stuck it back in there and refilled the system to 30 ounces. Got icy cold AC. You're supposed to do that every 2 years, so I didn't know that. I had the truck for 4 years, so I figured I'd replace it. Mine wasn't that dirty when I pulled it out. I had ice cold AC, but when I saw that you're supposed to replace it every 2 years, I was like, I haven't replaced mine since I owned it. This is probably the third battery I put in this truck since I've owned it. I just bought that last week. Paid $80 for that. It's only got a 1-year warranty at Advanced Auto. Just kind of trying to think of some of the stuff that I did to it. I replaced wheel hubs on this. I think I had a bad spindle. I ended up replacing the spindle on this right side, on the passenger side. I kept on having flats on this side. I kept on having blowups on this side. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a wheel bearing. I changed the hub and wheel bearing a couple of times on the side. Then I decided just to change the whole spindle, thinking that maybe the spindle was bad, and that's why I kept on burning up bearings and stuff. And that's what I guess that's what it was, because the problem solved once I changed out the spindle. I got the spindle out of junkyard. really don't recall what I paid for it, but I believe it was under $20 for the spindle at a U-Bullet yard. I've replaced the brakes on it and that caliber on this side also, thinking maybe my caliber was sticking. Sway bar links I've replaced. I replaced the bushings. I didn't replace the whole sway bar links because they wanted like $30, $40 for them, and the bushings were only 10, I think. I put the polyurethanes in it. I changed my valve cover gaskets, and I had the intake. When I had the intake off, when I changed the thermostat gasket, I changed the upper intake things. Recently, I changed this two hoses here. The coolant hose that comes from the top of the thermostat, the bypass hose that goes into the heater coil. And I replaced this upper intake. I believe it goes back to the PVC valve on the other side, the back of the valve cover. I bypassed these two coolant lines because I thought I was having a problem with them. And when I blew this hose recently, about a week ago, coming back from Daytona, I bypassed it. I'll probably hook that back up. I just didn't do it yet. I noticed too when I go to the junkyard, all these coolant reservoirs, they're connected on this model. These two are connected, so you can't buy them separate. My coolant reservoir has a crack right. It's starting to show evidence that it's going to crack right here. It's not leaking or anything. When I went to the junkyard, they're all doing that right here. So I've been looking for a reservoir for my truck. Recently added a K&N filter to my truck. Bottom of the radiator has a little plastic drain cock where you drain the fluid out. I went to go drain my fluid out, and I broke it, so I can't drain the fluid that way. It's plastic. As soon as I turned it with my hand, it broke off in my hand. It has a thing where you can put a Allen key inside of it. I did that and started to twist it out to drain it recently. Well, I guess that's it for this video right now. Kid Kuda signing out. 2003 Ford Explorer Sport XLS 5-speed 2007 Ironman limited edition rims. They say this is rare. The Ford Explorer with the 5-speed. Some people believe it. They stopped making them in 2002, but this is a 2003 model, so it might be even rarer. Cape Cod Cuda signing out. Thanks for watching.